Hello students, good morning. This is PK sir once again at your service. So yesterday I started biology, the first chapter, and it was and what is biology all about. The biology is otherwise known as life science, and I just discussed with you the different branches of biology, and today we'll further continue the same top chapter. Apart from this one, I'll share with you the life processes. What do you mean by the life processes? This life process involves all the processes that is required to maintain our life, the processes which is characteristics of living organisms like respiration, excretion, digestion, metabolism. These are life processes that takes place only in living organism, living creatures, and not in non-living. So I hope you all are learning well. Always try to learn in a happy state of mind. If you learn, if you are happy and if you learn, then definitely you remember things. So, and I hope yesterday I gave you few assignments, few questions, and I would like to make you laugh initially. The last question that I asked was what is that which is found in trees and leaves but not in fruits? And the clue was not, it is not having any biological answers. So who can tell me that what is the answer? Once again I repeat, what is that which is found in trees and leaves but not in fruits? Yes, anyone can tell me? Yes, you, yeah. Yeah, you are right. The answer is double E. E E. So if you spell trees, then it has TREES, trees. It is having two letter E, and leaves again LEAVES. Again it is having two E. But in fruits you don't have any E's. So it was just only to check your IQ, and it was non-biological answer questions. So let us proceed today further. As I told you that yesterday we learned about what are the characteristics of living organism, and in that I told you reproduction is one of the feature of living beings. Apart from that, living organisms respond to the external stimuli, right? They grow in stature, they attain maturity. So apart from that, today I just highlight this word life processes. Life processes are characteristics of living organism. Like I told you, the respiration. Suppose if I start, life processes are required to maintain the life, and definitely you can say all those processes that is required to keep the living organisms alive, that is known as life processes. It means that without these processes we cannot live, and definitely it is required to maintain the body, so that is known as life processes. Maybe few examples like respiration, nutrition, excretion. So if I start with respiration, the word is very simple, but some of you may get it confused if you compare respiration and breathing. Breathing is merely, as you know, is the exchange of gases. As you all know, we take oxygen and we inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. So breathing in a nutshell is a merely exchange of gases with our surroundings. But respiration is a technical biological word. Respiration means biological oxidation of food substance. Whatever we eat, right here another term nutrition comes into play. We all require energy. Even if you walk, you ride a cycle, you are using up energy. Without that, we cannot do our work. And how do we get energy? We get energy by food. So nutrition term means, right, taking up nutrients, and nutrients are required for energy. So energy comes from food, and by digestion of food, and we get energy, and we are able to do our work. So this is all we'll study in life process. So as I said, respiration, you can understand respiration is the biological oxidation of food substance. What I mean that we ultimate product of digestion is glucose. Whatever you eat, the end product results in glucose. So glucose is oxidized with atmospheric oxygen, and energy is released. So this process of biological oxidation of food substance is known as respiration. And another life process you can say, suppose excretion. Excretion is the removal of metabolic waste product. Like you see, you must have heard the word urea, uric acid, ammonia, right? You see there our respiratory system exchange the gases, and we keep on removing carbon dioxide, which is quite injurious to our cells and tissues. So this we study in respiration. We'll see in detail later on. If I talk of respiration, there are two types of respiration. One is called aerobic respiration, another one is anaerobic respiration. Once again, I explain you the fundamentals different between both aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration, as the name suggests, it takes place in presence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration takes place in absence of oxygen. The second difference between the two, aerobic respiration, lot of energy is released, and in anaerobic respiration, lesser amount of energy is released. The third difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration, that aerobic respiration takes place in mitochondria only, but aerobic respiration takes place in mitochondria as well as cytoplasm, but anaerobic respiration takes place in cytoplasm only. And the last and the fourth different important one between aerobic and anaerobic respiration is that in aerobic respiration, the end product is CO2 and H2. That is, you can say carbon dioxide and water. What I said, I repeat that the end product of aerobic respiration is CO2 and H2, whereas the end product of anaerobic respiration is ethanol or ethyl alcohol, and the formula is C2H5OH. So these are all the basic terms that you will be reading in detail. You should know the life process. Why I am emphasizing, why I am telling you that life processes are just done by, and life processes are meant for only living beings, living creature, and not, it does not take place in non-living creatures, non-living organisms. Another, I told you, nutrition. Now let us understand nutrition. As I told you, nutrition is the process of intake of nutrients. Nutrients, you know that proteins, carbohydrate, fats, vitamins we take from food, and food is digested and we get energy. So all these processes we'll study. As far as nutrition is concerned, nutrition, again, you must have read the term autotrophs, heterotrophs, autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition. We are not autotrophs. Autotrophs means that organism that manufactures or produce their own food, like plants. Plants are autotrophs, and the organism which are dependent on plant and animals, they are known as heterotrophs. And we human being, we are dependent on plant and plant products, so we are heterotrophs. Autotrophs, like plant, they manufacture their food in presence of sunlight. You know, plants have chlorophyll, they absorb the solar energy, and with the help of atmospheric CO2 and water from the soil, right, they manufacture their own food. So they are autotrophs, and such type of nutrition is known as autotrophic nutrition, whereas heterotrophs are dependent on plants and animals, and so that they are known as heterotrophs, and such mode of nutrition is known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition.